been 60 years since the Packers and Chiefs met down in Southern California in what would come to be known as the first Super Bowl. But now, at modern Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, we are counting down to Super Bowl 60. And we've got a great matchup in store. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Indianapolis Colts taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. And this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
So the Colts in great position here as they get things started. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played. And his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
Second and 6. Throwing, Jones. It's caught. Mitchell. They'll give him 4 yards there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 10 more there and another first down.
That's another Colts first down.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Now Jones. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Colts are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's good.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Taylor. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage?
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. Badgley able to punch this one through. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
At the 31-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Love looking to throw it. That's taken in by Kraft. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
3rd and 6.
Third down at 6. Now Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And they'll get him to the ground. And he has another first down at the Colts 36. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Colts 31-yard line.
Dobbs goes in motion. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
That's another Packers first down.
Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help the running game as well.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Chad Muma fighting all the way through and getting the sack.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing. Love. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Field goal, a 42-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. 2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Jones. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being...
He's got it with the 15. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there for Indy. 56 yards.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. 2nd quarter coming your way next. 3-3 our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw. Jones to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. 3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Touchdown, Colts. Jonathan Taylor from 3 yards out. And the Colts have taken the lead.
Now that was simply frustrating for the defense. They did everything they were supposed to, including putting a hit on the quarterback as he delivered the ball. Yet, it still resulted in a touchdown against them.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
He's taken down at the
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
This 2nd and 4. Here's Love. That's complete to Dobbs. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Dobbs goes in motion. Off the play fake, Love. Wilson snags it left side. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big pickup of 38.
Yards. And the Packers first down. 1st and 10.
That's a nice explosive play there, and this defense told us we have to have our eyes right on their RPO sets, and they did not have their eyes right.
I love that term, eyes right, meaning they have to be in the proper place and read your keys. And a smart thinking guy running an offense can see when you break down on that, and he took full advantage of it.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. Slant route, he's got Downs. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Love now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed from 13 yards out. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
McManus's point after is good, and we are even at 10 apiece. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Quick throw into the hands of Pittman. And some room to maneuver. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On the option right, it's Jones. He juked him. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Packers' 24-yard line.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Offside, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10.
Makes the score Colts 17.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jordan Love and the Packers heading back out there. He hasn't had a ball touch the ground yet. 8 of 8 throwing it. Perfect so far, including the touchdown on the last drive, you remember, as they begin 1st and 10 here. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Intended for Tucker Kraft. Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Working out of the gun. Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Indy set to go on offense once more. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete.
Incomplete. Quay Walker on the coverage.
On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. Jaden Reed is deep for Green Bay. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Colts 18-yard line.
run straight ahead with Wilson. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Play fake. Here's Love. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by McManus is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So it was 4th and 1 down in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little surprised that that's how they decided to play it, that they didn't go for it there. But sometimes just take those 3 points and put them in your pocket. I just have one question for you, partner.
Okay.
Hip pocket or back pocket?
And able to get this out to the 25. The Colts set to take over here offensively. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Colts, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Partner, we always talk about how important 3rd down is, but I think 1st down is equally important because everything comes off of that play. If the defense wins the down, they are able to attack. If the offense wins the down, they might go faster, do other things, and change things up. That big play right there allows this offense to really get in gear.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Looking to throw, Jones. Open man, the tight end Warren. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run once more with Taylor. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Brings up third down.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun, Jones. Touchdown! Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Colts continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Badgley on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Colts.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packers with a football here late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now a 2nd and 6. Love. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Love from the gun on 3rd down. Short throw. He's got Kraft. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout
It's a gain of 8.
as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Final play of the half, Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So halftime now here on Sunday Night Primetime. Let's get it to Scott Hanson in Orlando with our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hanson and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the 2nd half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, the Packer offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy, not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
Well, if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Love, they go play action now. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Love from the gun. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 60 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
The way the game has changed a little bit is that defensive goals have changed in a big way. Nowadays, it's not so much stopping certain yardage or whatever, but it's not giving up big, explosive plays. Anything over 10 yards, you're trying to hold teams below that. When they get one against you, as we just saw there, well, that really hurts them. It puts them back on their heels a little bit and makes them a little bit less confident. It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 2nd down, it's 6 now from the 42. On the option left, it's Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
And Jones going to keep once more. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different form.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Devontae Wyatt breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that went to the right side and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Play action this time with Love. Caught on the right side, Reed.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely to pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. On play action, Love to throw. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
For a Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Firing quickly out wide is Love. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
That's another Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Again, it's Love. And that is incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10. Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Love. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 15-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reed. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. That's complete, right around the 8. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll make it third down.
Gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
To the air again, Love. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. Oh, the snap, a poor one, and this is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. One play, 75 yards. And the Colts will extend their third-quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. So the problem's really starting to add up now. I mean, they try the field goal in an effort to get a little bit closer, but the block and return make the situation worse.
I like what you just said there. Just trying to get a little bit closer. I think mentally, that's why they were doing it, because really the 3 wasn't going to do them a whole lot of good, but they feel better about themselves now. They feel exponentially worse.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Love. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Josh Jacobs, incomplete. It's 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Again, it's Taylor. Dances by him. And this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
That's good for a Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard
And that's another big-time run, and it sure looks like the leverage game is being won by the offensive line. They're the low man on just about every snap, and they're winning, pushing back the defensive front and creating great space for their runners.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
I know at times today's NFL sure feels like everything's about the guy throwing the football. But when you've got a guy who can run it and move it and gain this type of yardage, you'll take him each and every time.
Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Throwing Jones. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Credit the defense there to Quay Walker, getting behind the line of scrimmage before they could rip off any sort of a gain.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. That one finds Pierce right side. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
They go right back to him for 20 and a first. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
They'll run here with Taylor. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This was boxing. You think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered, but this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play, showing they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room and smile about, but hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries, you know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Blackman on the stop. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Another carry for Wilson. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Great stop by Devontae Wyatt, breaking through the line and stopping it cold.
But how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just floated from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Jones. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Alec Pierce. A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
The offense on 3rd down. Well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 6. Delivers another one to Pierce. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Badgley's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 4th down, Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Second down and 3. In motion, the tight end. Going back to Love. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Working out of the gun, Love. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
I remember when I got into coaching and I was asking wide receivers coaches what they like about guys in certain situations. One of them said something that stuck with me. I like guys that present themselves to the quarterback. And on that play, short little route, had to be out fast. He did exactly that and caught it for a 1st down.
Over the middle, he's got Golden. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
At the Colts' 23-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Love. Pass caught. That's Golden. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
That's good for a Packers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here's Love. His throw caught at about the 5. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Love now. Touchdown, Packers! From 4 yards out. And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
The Packers will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Love throwing for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further.
Packers 21.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Running left, Taylor. And a short gain here down to the 22. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third and 12. The option left, it's Jones. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. He had to force the field goal.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
At the 37-yard line.
And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in Indianapolis. The Colts are the Super Bowl champs. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.